Councillors, and welcome to the 836th Ordinary Council meeting of the City of Logan. I declare the meeting open at 10 a.m. on Wednesday the 13th of August 2025. I'd like to advise attendees that this meeting is being webcast and audio recorded. I'd like to begin by introducing the students for Corumbia State School, the student leaders, to do an acknowledgement to country. They're from Division 8, and thank you very much to Councillor Heremiah for inviting them here today. If you want to come up, guys, and do the acknowledgement to country, that would be amazing.
Jingui. We are the Mob Connector Djadjams from Corumbia State School and are proud First Nations Djadjams. We respect the connections to the sky, the lands and the waterways of the Gugurjan peoples and Yagara peoples on which council is situated.
We acknowledge the country and sacred connections, and we respect our past elders that fought for our lands, totems and stories.
We acknowledge and pay respect to today's elders and future leaders for continuing to care for our lands and passing on our stories and knowledge of culture.
We hold the memories of our First Nation ancestors. With us, may we walk gently on this land together.
Well done. I too would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today and their elders past, present and emerging. I'd now like to move to a reflection of faith and introduce elders from the Church of Jesus Christ and the Latter-day Saints, Elders Parson, Wari and Delbridge. Will you please come to the podium to offer a reflection of faith? I'll get everyone to stand for the elders while they do their reflection.
We'd love to start with a word of prayer, if that's all right. Thank you.
Oh, kind Heavenly Father, which art in heaven, thank you for this beautiful day which you have given unto us. As we are about to begin our meeting, ask your Spirit to be with us, guide us, and lead us. And ask you to open our hearts and minds to whatever we'll be learning throughout this meeting today. And I say these things in the name of the Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you for having us. We're grateful for this opportunity that we have to share a little bit about faith. A question that came to my mind is kind of what is faith? So we turn to the Book of Mormon, which is another testament of Jesus Christ, which helps the Bible testify of Jesus Christ. This is a prophet named Alma at this time telling us what faith is. He's describing to his people. He says, "And now I said concerning faith, faith is not having a perfect knowledge of things thereof. If ye have faith, ye hope for things which are not seen, which are true." It kind of reminds me about like a stormy day when there's wind. We can feel the wind, but we can't see it, but we know it's there.
I would also just like to share a verse from the Bible. One of my favorite verses in the book of Matthew is in chapter 17, and it's Jesus himself talking. He says, "Because of your unbelief, verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto the mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you." I just love this verse because if we have faith in Jesus Christ, it doesn't have to be a huge faith, but if we just have small, tiny faith in our Lord Jesus Christ, we can do anything in this life. Anything that seems impossible, we can do it through him. And we just want to leave that with you guys in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you, gentlemen. Everyone may be seated. Elders, you're welcome to stay with us for the meeting if you'd like, but we understand if you're busy and you've got other commitments you need to attend to. Councillors, I'll now move to attendances and leaves of absence. We have 2 leaves of absence requested today. The first one is a leave of absence, that a leave of absence be granted to Councillor Bradley in accordance with section 5.3C3 of the Local Government and Committee Meeting Code, the reason being provided being annual leave. Would someone like to move that motion, please? Thank you, Councillor Wilcox. Would someone like to second that motion? Thank you, Councillor Stemp. All those in favour, raise your hand. That has been carried by everyone except me. I will be abstaining because councillors do not have annual leave. The motion has been carried. We now have a leave of absence request from Councillor Murphy under the same section, and she has provided the reason saying personal leave. Councillors, would someone like to move that motion, please? Thank you, Councillor Stemp, seconded by Councillor Hall. All those in favour, please raise your hand. Thank you very much, councillors. That has been carried unanimously. Councillors, will now move on to declarations of conflicts. Oh no, we'll go to condolences. Excellent. Stand with me. Do any councillors have any condolences they'd like to raise at this time? I have one, and I will speak to it from my seat. Councillors, yesterday, a champion of our community named Deb Mayer passed away from stage 4 lung cancer. And Deb was an absolute champion and a volunteer in the City of Logan. She was the founder and driving force between Jimbalungary Community Gardens. This was a project that started in Sturdy Park in Logan Lee, and I know Councillor Hall knows it well. And it began in my first term as a councillor back in 2017 because Deb had a vision that she wanted to turn a barren patch of land into something that the community could love, care for, and enjoy. And through hard work and determination, she managed to blossom that barren patch of land into a successful community garden, which over time, her organisation expanded to manage the Crestmead Community Garden as well. Deb was amazing not just because of her willingness to volunteer, but her determination to organise, inspire and activate other people in our community to do the same thing. Everyone talks about wanting more community gardens. I know every councillor in this room has received requests for that. And they love the idea of community gardens, but when you say who is going to do the work, who's going to take care of it, who's going to make sure there's tools and water and power to help tend to that garden, people don't put their hands up. Very few people are willing to do the fundraising, the hard work that it takes to manage a community garden. And Deb didn't just run one, she ran two. And she used them both as vehicles to educate young people and give them skills in horticulture, land management and conservation, which helped them to get work in environmental management and other roles that benefited the community and the young person. But more importantly, she wanted young people to know where food came from. They didn't just come from a shelf on a shopping centre, that it came from the earth, and she was passionate about having a green thumb and infecting others with that green thumb. Deb came to see myself and the Deputy Mayor out at Jimboomba when I was doing a Meet the Mayor event out there, because she knew she was going to pass away. She knew she'd been diagnosed with terminal cancer, but her only priority was making sure that Jimbalungary wasn't a burden on anyone else. That others would be able to take it and run with it just as she had, and that her passion project would be passed on to people who would look after those gardens and the interests of the community. That's the kind of person she was. And her humble approach to life and community focus is something that I've always admired about Deb. Go well, Deb. You were loved while you were here, and you'll be missed now that you're gone. I'd like to offer these condolences on behalf of myself, on behalf of Councillor Hall, and on behalf of Councillor Jackson as well. Do any other councillors wish to offer condolences? There being none, I will ask that we stand to offer in respect of those who have passed away, in honour of those who have passed away, in respect of those who remain with them. Thank you. You may be seated. We'll now move to congratulations, and we'll start with Division 2. Councillor Lane, I'm sure you've got no congratulations whatsoever.
Thank you very much, Mayor. I'd like to say congratulations to Annie Faith Green. Councillor Hall and Councillor Russell and I had the honour of attending a breakfast at Gunya Meadow recently where Annie Faith was awarded with Communities Services. award from the Police Commissioner for her work in youth justice and a range of other spheres within the community. We were all joined by elders from around Logan, and it was a really great morning and a great reflection on the hard work of Arnie Faith, who was originally a teacher at Woodridge State High School and went on to start up and run Gunyametta. She's a wonderful and warm person, and I just want to say a big congratulations to her. Yesterday I had the privilege of attending Marvellous Mature Women, where Norma Cowick, the president, stood down after 20 years in the chair. Now, for anyone that's met Norma, she's about this tall. She's a feisty little expat pom who isn't backwards in coming forwards and demanding things for her ladies. She created a space together with her team that actually supports women in our community, allows them a voice, allows them to hear up-to-date information, and really activates that group, pardon me, to a high level. She's been an amazing president. Desley Scott was there. She was there for the inaugural meeting of Marvellous Mature Women where Norma was president, and she was there for her final meeting day, which was yesterday. The other thing is Logan Roo's senior men's team, the premiers for their division. They kicked off on Sunday and smashed Acacia Ridge Football Club in a wonderful match that was filled with respect for the referees, respect for the opposition players, and respect for the supporters. Logan Roo's is a non-alcohol serving venue, and they actually really encourage the kids to get out and get active in their programs. They've got one field and they've just been promoted up the league again. So we're looking at lights and things like that going forward. The last one was Jim Chalmers held his Local Legends Award, and that's in recognition of kind-hearted and giving people. Jim launched it in 2013, and at the latest one we had LaRue from the Eritrean community, Joanne Presic from Keng, Carolyn Cowan from the Logan Historical Museum, Dr. Dan from CQU. He runs a chiropractic clinic over at the Logan Elders, which is free for people. Nazreen from the Centre for Unity, Pastor Josh from the Hope Centre, Zamlang Vung from St Paul's Community Hub, Jim O'Day from Lighthouse Care, Sakun and Survey Nov from the Cambodian Community of Queensland, Lance McGrady from Nutcha, Helene Hudson from the Logan View Club, Jasmine Rogers from Multilink, Stuart Ray, the legend president of the Greenbank RSL sub-branch, and Nicole Romans, who was nominated by 5 veteran and community groups for this award. An amazing achievement and a real indictment of how much she gives to the local community, a complete legend. Jill and John Devo from Daisy Hill Springwood Neighbourhood Watch were included, Peter Duffy from the Lions from Springwood Rochdale, Jamie McClellan from Logan Brothers Old Boys and Springwood Tri-Services, Janet Pottinger from Marvellous Mature Women, and Moa Lee from Wilbur Street Youth Hub. There's 24 other people. I can keep listing names because there's so many people who give, and it's a wonderful reflection of our community that we're able to go forward and Jim promote that Logan Legends. I know that the mayor was there, and he had a place within the ceremony, as do the state members. It's a great reflection of all the giving and the wonderful things that happen in our community, and I'm very proud that so many from Division 2 were awarded those awards.
Thank you, Councillor Lane. Those congratulations will be forwarded. Councillor Russell. Councillor St Ledger.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Last night I got to attend the Logan Village Scouts Association Awards, and Amber Cooper and Vincent Dunmore won the Joey Scout Challenge Award. The honest truth, I had no idea what this was about when I got there, but they actually explained it to me, and they have to go through a rigorous lot of exercises. But the biggest one is organise a 3-hour hike. What they did was they organised a combined 6-hour one, these two. And my next question was, well, how old were these guys? They're 7. So it's a great achievement by some really young legends in our community. I just want to pass on our congratulations.
Thank you, Councillor St Ledger. I'm not sure many councillors would want to do a 6-hour hike, and we're a little bit older than 7. Councillor Jackson.
We could organise one without getting lost.
Councillor Jackson.
Thank you. Just wanted to celebrate Park Ridge Pony Club again this month, who had some horsepower of a different type turn up on Saturday with 180 HQ Holdens started their rally with breakfast at Park Ridge Pony Club on Saturday. It was a great event, very successful. It's great having people from all around southeast Queensland converging on Division 5 at the Pony Club there. And had a heap of parents say that their kids were sitting out on the porch in the rain, cheering on the HQs as they rolled past. It was probably about a half an hour of rumbling cars going down Judith. and Bumstead Road. But fantastic event, and the Pony Club did very well in hosting them. Then the second thing I want to mention is to give a shout out to Logan City Community Men's Shed. A couple of months ago, I was at PCYC Crestmead, and their what do you call it, the takeaway bookshelf sort of thing, where what do you call that, a library, in the community centre was kind of falling apart, and we put a request out to the community for somebody to help, and the Men's Shed stood up, and they created an entirely new one to the specs that the PCYC needed. So thank you to the men from Crestmead Community Men's Shed. Excellent. Thank you.
Those congratulations will be forwarded, Councillor Jackson. Councillor Hall.
There was no pink ponies at the Pony Club? No. Okay. Thanks, Mr. Mayor. You notice I'm wearing a badge today. This is a badge to celebrate 10 years of Eddie Cafe at Logan Lee State High School. On the 30th of July, we celebrated 10 years of Eddie's Cafe at Logan Lee State High School. Eddie's has been training students with barista skills and keeping teachers turbocharged on caffeine for over a decade at the Logan Lee State High School. So congratulations to them.
Thank you, Councillor Hall. Councillor Jackson, can I get you to turn your microphone off? Sorry. Thank you. Councillor Fraser, Councillor Heremiah, Councillor Bannon, Councillor Stemp, Councillor Wilcox. Excellent. We'll now move on to confirmation of minutes of the previous ordinary council meeting. Councillors, there's a motion on the screen. I will note that I watched the meeting, so I'm able to confirm that those minutes are accurate. Would someone like to move that motion? Thank you, Councillor Bannon. Would someone like to second that motion? Thank you, Councillor Hall. All those in favour, please raise your hand. That has been carried unanimously. Thank you very much, councillors. Councillors, we now move on to declarations of conflicts of interest. Do any councillors have any new conflicts of interest they'd like to declare at this time? There being none, I'll note that I declared a conflict of interest during the City Governance Committee in relation to my personal relationship with the Mayoress, who is on the board of the City of Logan Charity Trust. That I've received legal advice and considered my position that declaration of conflict of interest has not changed in any way. The personal interest remains the same. So I will not be redeclaring it in this meeting beyond making people aware of it for transparency purposes. Councillors, you are welcome to redeclare it against me if you believe that the conflict has changed, and I'll give you that opportunity now. No? Excellent. Then we'll move on to business arising from the minutes, which we have none of. And we'll get into committee minutes and recommendations. And we'll begin with the City Infrastructure Committee meeting, which was held on the 5th of August 2025. Councillor Bannon, chairperson of that meeting, you weren't here. Would you like the Deputy Chair to speak on your behalf?
He's put on a special shirt today, Mr. Mayor, so it'd be amiss not to pass over to him.
I did notice that. It's so special that it makes his tie invisible. Councillor St Ledger, as the acting chair, did you want to speak to your report?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I promised that I'd wear the same tie for my entire term, so that doesn't change when the only iron shirt in my cupboard matches the tie. So here we are.
I respect your determination to keep your word on that.
There's only one report in the City Infrastructure Committee this week on the 5th of August. Once again, the team did an amazing job putting it together, so I don't need to speak to the recommendations. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So I'll now move that.
Thank you, Councillor St Ledger. Before you move that motion, I'll just see if anyone else wishes to speak to the motion. There being none, Councillor St Ledger has moved the motion. Would someone like to second that motion? Thank you, Councillor Bannon. All those in favour, please raise your hand. That motion has been carried unanimously. Thank you, councillors. We'll now move on to the City Governance Committee meeting of the 5th of August. Councillor Jackson, chairperson of that meeting, you may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'll now speak to the recommendations. Last Tuesday, the City Governance Committee met to consider 9 reports, each playing a part in shaping the future of our city. Among the items considered was an update on the City of Logan Charitable Trust's fundraising pilot, with the committee noting the outcomes and the potential for continued operational support. The Audit and Risk Committee's June 2025 report was presented, and a minor amendment to the CEO's delegations was reviewed. The committee also considered a confidential report regarding a proposed land acquisition in Logan Central. New and amended projects under the local infrastructure program for August were presented, including upgrades to footpaths, parks and sports facilities. The committee discussed the monthly financial performance report for June 2025, which indicated an operating surplus of $24.38 million. Further updates were provided on the digital transformation program, the operational plan and the value for money program, reflecting Council's ongoing focus on innovation and efficiency. During general business, it was requested that any outstanding rates, concession and exemption applications be presented at the next meeting, and that a report outlining options for adjusting the 25-26 pensioner concessions be prepared for today's ordinary council meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Jackson. Do any other councillors wish to speak to any reports on that agenda? There being none, would you like to move that agenda, Councillor Jackson?
Yes, I move the motion on the screen.
Thank you, Councillor Jackson. Would someone like to second that motion? Thank you, Councillor St. Ledger. All those in favour, please raise your hand. That motion has been carried. Would any councillors like to record their names against any of the items on that agenda? Councillor Stemp.
Mr Mayor, I abstained from item 6.1 with a reason.
Thank you. Councillor Heremiah.
Against 6.1.
Anyone else? That motion has been carried. Thank you, councillors. Those changes will be noted. Councillors, will now move on to the City Planning, Economic Development and Environment Committee held on the 6th of August. Councillor Stemp, chairperson of that committee, you may proceed.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. I have nothing further to add to the recommendations today. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Stemp. Would anyone else like to speak to the recommendations in that report? There being none, Councillor Stemp, you may move.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. I now move that the recommendations of the City Planning, Economic Development and Environment Committee meeting held on the 6th of August 2025 be adopted.
Councillor Stemp has moved the motion on the screen. Would someone like to second that motion? Look at you all go. Councillor Hall has seconded the motion. All those in favour, please raise your hand. That has been carried unanimously. Thank you, councillors. Would any councillors like to record their name against any items on that report? Councillor Heremiah?
Against 6.3.
Thank you. That will be noted. We'll now move to the City Lifestyle Committee held on the 6th of August 2025. Councillor Hall, chairperson of that committee, you may proceed.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. I'll now speak to the recommendations. At last week's City Lifestyle Committee meeting, councillors received a confidential report on the proposed disposal of council land at South Maclean. The land was originally acquired during the 2008 boundary changes. In general business, we heard from the Libraries and Creative Industries Manager, Leo Clayton, who gave a fantastic recap of the Logan Art Gallery's 30th birthday celebration, and what a weekend it was. More than 1,200 people came through the doors to enjoy 5 new exhibitions, live musics, creative workshops, and a stunning light projection that lit up the building. And if you came through the door, you got a little badge like I'm wearing right now, so you know that I went.
You've got bling.
It was a joyful, community-filled weekend that truly showcased Logan at its best. And there is still more to come. Beyond Frames will soon present Journeys Threads of Home, opening 20th of September at the Living Museum of Logan. A big thanks to Leo and the gallery team and to Council for continuing to support arts and celebrate everything that makes our city shine.
Thank you very much, Councillor Hall. Would anyone else like to speak to the recommendations of that report? There being none, Councillor Hall, you may move the motion.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. I now move that the recommendations of the City Lifestyle Committee meeting held on the 6th of August 2025 be adopted.
Councillor Hall has moved the motion on the screen. Would someone like to second that motion? Thank you, Councillor St. Ledger. All those in favour, please raise your hand. That has been carried unanimously. Thank you, councillors. Would any councillors like to record their name against any items on that report? There being none, we'll now move to council reports. There is one council report, which is a confidential report titled Pensioner Concessions. In order to discuss this report, as it has budget implications, we would have to move into confidential. Would any councillors like to move into confidential for this report? Excellent. You're ready to vote. I love it. Councillors, as the report is confidential, we're unable to discuss the nature of the report in public. I'll put the recommendation on the screen. The Council adopt the preferred option, scenario 1, as the basis for future implementation as outlined in the confidential report titled Pensioner Concession. Councillors, I encourage you just to confirm that you are happy with option 1, which I'm double checking myself now. Give me a motion. Do we need to table the additional? While we're doing that, how about we table the additional information that was circulated to councillors this morning via email? There was an additional report providing councillors a further table and information about alternative options. Scenarios. Thank you. Good correction, Councillor Lane. I will move that the confidential attachment is presented to the meeting in relation to item 10.1 of the ordinary council meeting held today be tabled. It does not need a seconder. All those in favour, please raise your hand. That has been carried unanimously. Thank you, councillors. Just stand by while I confirm option 1. Councillors, you're ready. Councillor Fraser.
Mr. Mayor, I would prefer scenario 2. However, we can present this and see how it goes.
Thank you, Councillor Fraser. Councillor Jackson.
I'm happy to move scenario 1.
Thank you, Councillor Jackson. We'll begin with the recommendation of the staff. If that fails, then we'll move to scenario 2. If that fails, then we'll move to scenario 3 as presented in the additional information this morning. Councillors comfortable with that process? Excellent. Councillors, there is a motion on the screen that council adopt the preferred option, scenario 1, as the basis for future implementation as outlined in the report. Would someone like to move that motion? Councillor Jackson has moved that motion. Would someone like to second that motion? Councillor Stemp has seconded that motion. All those in favour, please raise your hand. That motion has been lost. I'll call a division around the room. If you could declare how you voted, starting with Councillor Lane.
Against?
Russell?
For.
St Ledger? Jackson?
For.
Hall?
For.
Fraser?
Against.
Heremiah?
Against.
Bannon?
Against.
Stemp?
For.
Wilcox?
Against.
And I was against. That motion has not been carried. We'll now move to a alternative motion which would change the council adopt the preferred option, which is option 2, or the non-preferred. There we go. In accordance with section 122 of the Local Government Act, adopt the preferred option, which is scenario 2, as the basis for future implementations outlined in the confidential report. Would someone like to move that motion? Thank you, Councillor Fraser. Would someone like to second that motion? Thank you, Councillor Heremiah. All those in favour, please raise your hand. That motion has been lost. Councillors, you go around the room and declare how you voted. Councillor Lane?
Against?
Russell?
Against?
St Ledger?
Against.
Jackson?
Against.
Hall?
Against.
Fraser?
For.
Heremiah?
For.
Bannon?
Against.
Stemp?
Against.
Wilcox?
Against.
And I was for. Councillors, we'll now move to scenario 3. That motion is now on the board. The motion remains the same with the scenario changing. Would anyone like to move that motion? Thank you, Councillor Stemp. Would someone like to say? Councillor Fraser?
Can you give us a few seconds to be able to find scenario 3 and read what the details are, please?
Yes. Scenario 3 was emailed to you this morning. Councillor Wilcox?
Can I please change my vote? I actually wanted scenario 2. I'm getting confused because we're not in confidential and stuff, so I am getting confused. I actually did want scenario 2.
It doesn't. You can change your vote, but it doesn't change the outcome. Yeah. Thank you. But just for the record, thank you. I'll give councillors a moment to confirm the information they were provided this morning. Councillors, you can still go in confidential if you want to discuss it or ask questions. You were only provided this report this morning.
If I'd like to move to confidence because I've got some questions to ask.
Councillor Bannon, can you go back to the confidential motion? Councillor Bannon has asked that moved that we go into closed session pursuant to section 254J3 of the Local Government Regulation 2012 for consideration of item 10.1 on the grounds that it impacts the local government's budget. Would someone like to second that motion? Thank you, Councillor Jackson. All those in favour, please raise your hand. That has been carried unanimously. We will now move into confidential session, which means, unfortunately, members of the public who are in the gallery will have to leave the room while we discuss these matters. You'll be invited back in once we're all finished. It'll be a reasonably brief discussion, I imagine. Councillors, the live stream has recommenced. Thank you for your debate and your thorough consideration of this report. While we wait for gallery members to return, I'll ask for the first motion to be put back on the screen again. For the benefit of the gallery and members of the public who are watching, we're going to rotate through scenario 1, 2, 3. Then if none of those are successful, we will move to defer and finally move to receive the report if they all fail. Councillors, you have a motion on the screen before you for scenario 1, which you've just discussed. Would someone like to move that motion? Thank you, Councillor Jackson. Seconded by Councillor Stemp. All those in favour, please raise your hand. That has been carried. Councillors, I'll go around the room to test the motion. Councillor Lane.
For.
Councillor Russell.
For.
Councillor St Ledger.
For.
Councillor Jackson.
For.
Councillor Hall.
For.
Councillor Fraser.
Against.
Councillor Jeremiah.
Against.
Councillor Bannon.
Abstain.
Councillor Stemp.
For.
Councillor Wilcox.
Against.
And I was for. That has 7-5. 7-4 because we're missing 2 councillors. That motion has been carried. Thank you, councillors. I need a motion that lets me speak about that so I can explain what's going on. Just want to clarify, councillors, that Director Strachan has advised that the previous motion to discuss budget matters covers that discussion. Do you agree with that? Because it's actually your decision. We have an existing decision. Cherie gave me a look that probably indicates that she doesn't agree with that. Councillor Lane, you want to speak to that briefly?
Thank you, Mayor. Is that you are talking about scenario 1 specifically?
Scenario 1 specifically, not for the discussion that was had, just for scenario 1 and what it means for the community, because this will raise questions.
If we need to move a motion, I'm happy to second it.
Do you want to take that away and give us some words for the meetings team? And I'll work my way through general business and then we can do it at the end as a general business motion from the chair. Thank you very much, Robert. And Tamarind. Councillors, thank you for your debate on that. We have no late reports to consider. We have no petitions to consider. We have no considerations. Wait, do we have a petition? I'll just double check. We do not. We have no considerations of notified motions. We will move into general business. Councillor Jeremiah, you can begin.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I rise today to talk about the vital road maintenance and upgrades needed in Division 8. Now, the community has made it clear that 3 actions are needed regarding the status of vital roads in Division 8. And that's that potholes need to be urgently repaired, it's that road resurfacing needs to be actioned, and it's that road upgrades need to be built. Now, we've seen massive progress on improving pothole repairs in those Division 8 thoroughfares with increased resourcing for pothole repairs this city budget. But in the last month, we've seen massive progress on road resurfacing as well. I'd like to read out some status updates. In the last month, 391 square metres of School Road has been patched, 901 square metres of Bumstead Road has been resurfaced, and 1,240 square metres of Green Road has been resurfaced. So that adds up to a total square meterage of 2,532 square metres of patching work that has been completed in Division 8 in the last month. Now that's fantastic progress, but we need even more. We need vital road upgrades done on both sides of School Road, completed ASAP. Now, I've met with the traffic engineers quite constantly over the past few months to get this project done, and I'm looking forward to meeting with the community tonight at the community meeting to provide an update on the budget status and the timeline to do with these road projects. We also have some special guests coming to the community meeting. We have the Mayor, John Raven, and the neighbouring councillor, Paul Jackson, who will be able to come and answer any questions from the community and also give an update on what their work in the community has been. So 6 p.m, Logan Metro tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone there.
Beautifully done, straight down the barrel of the camera, Councillor Jeremiah. I can't wait to be there. Councillor Bannon, Councillor Stemp, Councillor Wilcox.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. On the 1st of August this year, and every 1st of August actually, was World Scout Scarf Day. and it's a day that's celebrated by Scouts across the world to commemorate the first Scout camp and promote the Scouting movement. Today, I'm very proudly wearing my scarf. So in June, I was scarfed up by the Greenbank Scout Group, who are the 4th largest group in Queensland. They were the first, but they've actually dropped in numbers a little bit, probably because they're very quickly outgrowing their premise. The night I was scarfed up, they had their group campfire night to finish off term 2. It was actually quite a cold and chilly night, but it was a fantastic opportunity for the younger youth to interact with the older sections of Scouts and the leaders. It also provided the opportunity for parents and guardians to participate in the night as well. I must say there was plenty of singing, there was plenty of drama, and there was plenty of skits going on. I didn't quite know what I was expecting when I walked in there, but it was truly an amazing night. Thank you to Belinda Megan and the whole Greenbank Scouts group, who do terrific and amazing things for the local community, and thank you to all the parents that came along. There was over 100 people that were there celebrating the night and, you know, thanking me, and I'm thanking them for scarfing me up on the night. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Councillor Wilcox. Scouts are an amazing movement and I love the work they do with young people. Councillor Lane.
Thanks very much, Mayor. Look, I'm going to address my comments to the kids in the gallery today. You are so lucky that you grew up in a community with such wonderful people. Whether it's your councillors, whether it's the volunteers in the community, whether it's your local church, there's people out there trying to make the world a better place for you, and you should be so proud of where you live, because we're all really proud of you. I want to say about some of the upcoming events that kids can go to, that parents can go to, that are free in the community, that are absolutely amazing. And they're happening all throughout Logan, but most importantly, they're happening in my division, so I'm just putting it out there. So Thursday, the 14th of August, we've got Multicultural Career and Jobs Expo coming up. We've got the Karen wrist-tying ceremony in Councillor Jackson's division coming up on Saturday, the 16th of August. We've got Victory in the Pacific, the 80th anniversary afternoon tea at Mays Cottage, and I know that former World War II veteran Jack Ruxton, his widow Ina Ruxton, will be speaking at that. On Monday, the 18th of August, we've got the Vietnam Veterans Day. That's to actually celebrate people that have served our nation and defended our country. And I think it's such an important thing. It's held by Springwood Tri-Services at Springwood Park. On Tuesday, the 26th of August, we've got Logan City Special School Post Options Expo. Logan City Special School, kids from all over Logan go to it. They absolutely love it. And the principals and the teachers there are amazing people. On Friday, the 29th of August, the Y Schools have their Careers Expo and Trade Day. And we've got Queensland Amputees holding a barbecue lunch on the 30th of August. They're an amazing group for people that have lost body parts or were born without them, and they help people and they make sure that they get out and active in our community. So they're a wonderful group. On the 30th of August, we've also got an amazing day at the Kingston Butter Factory where SSI bring all the people of different cultures together and celebrate what makes them so special and unique and part of Logan. So if you can go along to that, that's amazing. And on the 20th of September coming up, I'm going to do a shout out for 101 FM radio again, because they're an amazing group of people and they're fundraising for those pod studios to work in local disasters. Mayor, there are so many wonderful things that happen in our community, and as councillors, we love going along and we love celebrating them, but I think we've got to promote them more to young people and know that you are valued and you are cared for, and people are looking out for your future and organising things in our community, and it's awesome to live in Logan.
Hear, hear, Councillor Lane. Councillor Russell. Councillor St Ledger.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. I'll be just on the back of Councillor Lane. There is some really good stuff. And kids, if you want to have a good night on the 30th of August, get out to Woodstock Farm for Youth Enterprise Trust for their rodeo. So it's an amazing event, outdoors, a great organisation, and anything that they raise at these events goes directly back into the organisation that works with disengaged young people in Logan. So be a great event. Lock in the 30th of August in your calendars.
I'll be there with bells on, Councillor St Ledger, and a really big hat. Councillor Jackson. Councillor Hall.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. I wanted to give a shout out to one of Division 6 most popular sporting clubs, which is the Bethania Rams. They're a soccer club, and they had an amazing fundraiser on last weekend. We spent the morning at Opperman Park with the Rams, raising money for the Breast Cancer Foundation. It was Pink Day. So together with the Ford MP, Rowan Holzenberger, we were cooking up a storm. I personally donated 500 sausages to the club for that day. I also received a personalised pink jersey from the day. I forgot to bring it, unfortunately. It's in the wash with my underpants and everything else.
Disappointed, Councillor Hall.
And it looks amazing. It's got the number 6 printed on the back, which is fantastic. And Hall, the name Hall fits perfectly on there, unlike the name Heisenberger, which is a bit long. I had to
You're
squeeze
still
that
talking
one-
about the jersey,
one
or you're
down.
talking about your underwear?
No, we're talking about the
Good,
jersey.
just checking.
Unfortunately, on the second day, we got a bit washed out. But I want people to know that they can still make a donation to this. It's breast cancer awareness is something that we all need to know and learn about, and it's a very important cause and certainly a reason to dress up in pink for. So if you want details on that, just contact my office. We'll send that to you. Another thing I'm super excited for is we have the Logan Artists Association 20-year celebration happening on Saturday, the 23rd of August. I know a lot of councillors are going there to attend and help out. That starts at 9 a.m. Come down, enjoy. We're going to have pottery, art, food stalls. Even my mum's going, but we're definitely not going to have any fireworks. Thank you.
Good to know, Councillor Hall. Councillor Fraser. Councillors, I have one general business motion based on the conversation in regards to the council report. That motion is on the screen now. Council authorises the Mayor to publicly discuss the details behind all scenarios as outlined in the confidential report titled Pensioner Concession as presented to the ordinary council meeting on the 13th of August. My intention is not to have a discussion around the debate. My intention is to explain the scenario that we've chosen. That's not what that says, though. Councillor Lane. You happy to move that? Okay. Would someone like to motion that? Second that? Councillor Jeremiah? I won't discuss all scenarios, but I appreciate the flexibility to do so. I'll just discuss the scenario that you voted for. Councillor Jeremiah has seconded. Would anyone like to discuss that matter before I put it to the vote? There being none, all those in favour raise your hand. That has been carried by everyone in the room. Thank you, councillors. The motion has been carried. Thank you very much. There being no further items on the agenda, I want to thank Councillor Bennon for being the acting mayor in my absence, and I will close the meeting at 11:15 a.m. Thank you very much, councillors.